It's me, psychic medium Jessica Nightingale, on May 10th with some more practical spirituality for all of you lovely watchers. Well, I'm so happy because I feel like I can finally truthfully exclaim and proclaim and testify that it is finally, officially, undoubtedly springtime here where I am in Canada. You know, springtime always takes its time to really set foot where I live here in southeastern Ontario. Kind of comes in and out for a little while. So even though we hit spring in March, it really doesn't feel like it's taken hold until around this time. And I'm so excited at this time of year. And why? Well, it's because I get to do my favorite thing in the world, and that's garden. You know, there really is no better spiritual practice to really remind us of our nature, our true nature, which is co-creators with the divine, than gardening, than growing things, than bringing things to life. However, if you're like me, which I'm sure many of you are and can relate to, gardening's not always the easiest, and not all of us have really a great green thumb. You know, some of us just throw seeds in the ground and wish and pray that they come out, like me. Some of us take more time, some of us are more diligent, some of us read like the Farmer's Almanac and stuff like that. I think I fall somewhere in between there. You know, since we moved to the country, and we have more space, and my hubby built me some raised garden beds for veg and the like, I've really tried to take more time to learn how to do it correctly, but there still really is always a lot of luck involved in the garden. So I wanted to share with you today a way that I kind of help my garden along without pesticides or other, you know, plant food and stuff like that. And that is by using crystals to help the plants move along, help the seedlings sprout, and help things, you know, chug along in a nice direction and keep everyone happy and healthy. Crystals are really stable. You know, crystals are from the earth. They're part of the earth. And because they're so dense, they really hold their vibration and their energy really well. We're mostly made of water, as are plants, as are most of our geology, I guess is what it's called. We're mostly made of water, but crystals aren't. Crystals are pretty dense. And because we're made of water, we can really be affected by different energy quite easily, sometimes good, sometimes bad. So plants can really be affected that way too. You know, they've done studies, if you look it up on Google, of people concentrating on good thoughts while with plants, or on threatening thoughts while with plants. And you can really see how our vibration, our thoughts, and energy can really affect that. So crystals are a great thing to use with plants because, like I say, they're so stable, they hold their energy so well, and they really don't wear out. You know, people say to charge your crystals and stuff on full moons, and I certainly do, but they're really, you don't have to. They really do hold their energy quite well and for quite a long time. So one way that I use crystals is by putting them directly in my garden. I'm not outside right now. I haven't yet planted stuff in my beds. I'm still at the seedling stage because I went a little late this year. But I'll show you what I do with my seedlings. If you bear with the dizziness for a moment, I will show you. I've got some chamomile here that I will be growing to make some lovely tea. And if you see here, I've got some crystals in with the chamomile. So I've got amethyst, I've got quite a bit of clear quartz, and I also have some moss agate in there as well. And I can tell you that this really does make a marked difference. I really do notice when I have crystals in with my plants and how well they grow and how many survive. I have not had one seedling die this year. Everything that I've planted has grown, and they all have crystals in them like that. So it's something I would encourage you to try out. Crystals that are really good for it are, like I say, amethyst. That's the healer stone, the master healer. Very powerful energetically, really clears out negative energy and really holds positive energy and healing energy quite well. Clear quartz is good for anything. Clear quartz is really about the intention that you program it with. So if you have clear quartz and you take a minute just to close your eyes and like say, I intend for this clear quartz to be energized and empowered with lovely growth energy and lovely healing energy to help my plants along, and then you put it in with your plants, it's going to do what you say. It's going to do what you programmed it with. So that's a really good one that I use all the time. I also have moss agate in there. That's a really earthy stone. And I often frequently use rose quartz as well, which is a stone of love. And of course, all growth requires love. So that always works really well too. You can put these things right outside, leave them outside in your garden if you like. And just one word of advice, make sure that the crystals that you use are not water soluble. So you don't want to use anything like selenite that can be damaged in water, or malachite. I know I made a mistake with that and damaged it with water. Just a quick Google search before you use your crystals outside in any kind of inclement weather or rain. Will be fine. You'll be safe that way. So I encourage you all to try that. Good luck with your gardening. I'm so excited for things to really get underway and for us to have veg and tea and sage and smudge sticks and all of that. And I look forward to hearing how you use crystals in your garden. If you have any questions, please leave them below. I'm happy to respond. And if you want to get in touch with me for any more information about this or to book a reading, you can find me at www.speakingtospirit.ca. Enjoy the day, everyone. Enjoy the springtime.